So, The Sandman has officially come to its end on Netflix, and if you're wondering why we're not getting a season 3, I've got all the details for you today. The final bonus episode focused on Kirby Howell-Baptiste's character Death, bringing this incredible fantasy series to a close after just 2 seasons. Why The Sandman ended after season 2. Here's the thing. Showrunner Allan Heinberg has been pretty transparent about why the show got canceled earlier than fans hoped. It all comes down to one brutal reality. The show just wasn't a big enough hit to justify its massive budget. Now, when I say massive budget, I mean it. Heinberg himself admitted, it's not an inexpensive show to make. And honestly, when you look at the production value and those incredible dream sequences, you can see where every penny went. The original plans versus reality. Originally, Heinberg and Neil Gaiman, the creator of the Sandman comic series, had much bigger plans. The source material is absolutely massive. We're talking 10 volumes, 75 issues, plus several spin-offs and prequels. There was definitely enough content to work with for many more seasons. But as it became clear that season 2 would likely be the series finale, the showrunners had to pivot. They made the smart decision to focus exclusively on Dream's story arc, played by Tom Sturridge, rather than trying to cram everything in. This allowed Heinberg to write a more concise and satisfying conclusion to the story. The Netflix numbers game. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Netflix's expectations. Heinberg explained it perfectly. You can write about anything, so I could happily continue writing Sandman indefinitely if our audience truly desired it and it made financial sense for Netflix. The problem? The Sandman never reached the popularity levels of Netflix's biggest hits. We're talking about shows like Stranger Things, Wednesday, and Squid Game. These shows had such massive audiences that, according to Heinberg, executives would be knocking on our doors for more seasons. The show's unique appeal. But here's what's interesting. Heinberg and the writing team recognized something important about their show. As he put it, The Sandman's appeal is a bit more limited than those shows. It isn't suitable for everyone. The fact that they let us make it at all is a miracle since it's so strange. And you know what? He's absolutely right. The Sandman is weird, dark, philosophical, and definitely not mainstream entertainment. You can tell any kind of story in any genre with this material, and the creators did it intelligently, elegantly, and passionately. But that kind of sophisticated storytelling doesn't always translate to massive viewership numbers. Clearing up the timeline. Now, there's been some confusion about the timing of the cancellation, especially with the allegations that came out against Neil Gaiman. I want to be crystal clear here. The decision to end The Sandman after season 2 had absolutely nothing to do with those accusations. The allegations against Gaiman became public while the final episodes were being filmed, but the cancellation decision was already made, based purely on financial considerations. 9 women have come forward with allegations, detailed in a July 2024 Tortoise Media podcast and a January 2025 Vulture article. The accusations include claims of rough intercourse and non-consensual BDSM. Gaiman has categorically denied all allegations of unlawful or non-consensual behavior. In his statement, he said, "Although I'm not a flawless person, I have never had sex with someone against their will. Never." He also commented on the accounts, saying, "There are moments I half recognize and moments I don't. Descriptions of things that happened sitting beside things that clearly did not happen." Where to watch? If you haven't seen The Sandman yet or want to rewatch it, both seasons are available on Netflix. You can also access Netflix through Virgin Media Stream and Sky Glass. Final thoughts. Look, it's always disappointing when a quality show gets canceled, especially one with such rich source material. But at least we got 2 solid seasons that told a complete story focused on Dream's journey. Sometimes it's better to have a shorter, well-crafted series than a drawn-out one that overstays its welcome. What did you think of how The Sandman ended? Did the 2-season arc feel complete to you, or are you left wanting more? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video.